to have a background noise and too many people are going to join this call. So please, if you can hear me, can you give a notification by using the reactions, the emoji? Just give me emoji so I know you can hear me. Use the emoji icon and you can see there. Send the reaction, let me know you can hear me. Okay, thank you very much. So Wally, who else can hear me, please? Okay, first of all, I want to thank Adiwali for joining. Names I can see here. Okay, so let's also give the some people like 6 minutes. So we'll start by 8:10. Let's just give some people some time to join. So once it's 8:10, we begin. Immediately it's 8:10, we begin. All right. So we don't have to go back and forth. So let us give them a little time to join the call. Okay. So once it's 8:10, we begin. Thank you very much. Please, if you can hear me, can you give me thumbs up once again so that we can begin immediately? I want to receive like 5 thumbs up, then we begin. If you can hear me, please give me thumbs up. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay. If you can see my screen. Can you all see my screen? If you can see my screen, please give me thumbs down. If you can see my screen, give me thumbs down. If you can see my screen, give me thumbs down. If you can see my screen, beautiful. Okay, all right. I love this interaction. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so let's begin with the session. So welcome to class. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm the STEM instructor at Ogamax Technologies. Okay, so Ogamax Technologies is all about coding, teaching them kids on the fourth industrial revolution technologies, and basically I don't want to talk much. I think the information on the group has said it all. Okay, so having said that, I want us to begin with the session. Okay, so let's begin. So yeah, just to start with programming. In this course, in these 3 days, we're going to learn about what programming is. Initially, we're meant to start with learning about what computer is and all that, but then I'm not going to have so much time to do that. But I can still chip in 1 or 2 things in the course of the discussion. Okay, so having said that, let's proceed. So we're going to have introduction to programming. We're going to go in little details about Python, and then we'll go into Python programming language, and we'll go into robotics. Yeah, we're going to go to robotics. Okay, so yeah, so let's let the course begin. So when you hear programming, what comes to our mind about programming? Now, programming is nothing so serious. It's writing computer code to create a program. All right, programming is what writing computer code to create a program. In order, see that the definition of programming that I wrote is didn't just end here. In order to what? Solve a problem. This is the key function, or the key reason why we must learn what? Programming in order to solve a problem. Now that's the beauty about programming. If you're not solving a problem and you're programming, I don't think it's possible to write a code that will not solve a problem. I don't think it's possible. Your code must actually be able to solve a problem. All right. I hope you all are following me. Okay. All right. So now programs consist of a series of instructions to tell the computer exactly what to do. So it's more or less like you have a set of, you want to do something, you have a goal that you want to achieve, right? I'm using that as an example. I'm using a real life scenario. So you know that this way you're going to, now how are you going to get to that particular point? How are you going to achieve that goal? The steps you take, right? That's it. It's similar to programming, right? Programs consist of series of instructions. So if these steps that you follow, let's say you want to build a house. Okay, let me use robotics now. So since I'm going to dive into robotics, you want to build a smart dustbin, or you want to build a smart let's just stick with smart dustbin for example. That whereby the problem is solving there is you are not going to use your hands to touch the trash can. Once it senses you coming near it, it opens for you, and once you leave that place, it closes. Right now, that's a smart dustbin, right? So how will you be able to achieve that? You have the goal there to do what? To solve that problem. You want to solve, germs. When you touch the trash can, germs get to your hands, right? So that's the problem you're solving, whereby you'll be germ free. Are you with me? Please, if you're following, can you give me a reaction so I know you're with me? So now these steps. No, I don't mean to raise up your hand. Yeah, that kind of reaction. Yeah, thank you. The hearts and the thumbs up and the likes. Thank you very much. So the steps you take to solve that problem, right, consist, when you put all the steps together, they form what? A program. So that's what they call program, right? So programming is now programming is a continuous tense. So it's a process of what? Writing computer code to solve a problem. So briefly, don't worry. Okay, I didn't add this in initial session. So what will happen is during these sessions, 15 minutes to the end of the session will be left for question and answers. So that means 15 to 10 minutes. That will be 8:45 p.m. to 9 o'clock. Then or if time persists, maybe 8:50 p.m. to 9 o'clock is what we will use for question and answer. So please, parents, that's why we want your parents to be here with you, so it will help you to jot down your question in a way you understand. All right, and you're able to present your questions for us to answer them. All right, so that's one of the primary reasons why we need the parents with us. Okay, so now having said that, so please let's focus with the little time we have. Okay, so programming is like giving secret instructions to a computer to make it do cool stuff, right? You write down a list of steps in a special language, and the computer follows those steps to solve puzzles or to make things happen. Now I'm going to talk about this special language, right? Because when you say programming, does it mean that the computer understands our English, if we put it like that? Well, now we have I don't know if we taught in secondary schools, but from what I know, computer understands 0 and 1, right? And everything 0 and 1 has been put in a way that even we don't understand 0 and 1. It's only computer that understands 0 and 1. So for us to be able to tell the computer to write our code, right? So everything forms into that 0 and 1. When you are typing your code, it's seeing it as 0 and 1, right? I don't want to go into the schematic of it, right? I don't want to just get that it has its own special language. Now, just like we have in Nigeria, I want to believe we're all Nigerians here. I want to believe we're all Nigerians. You're not in Nigeria, but you get my point. So, um, in Nigeria, we have different languages, but I want to stick with the major three. We have the outside Igbo and Yoruba, right? Those are the major three languages we have in Nigeria. Hello, please. I would like us to really focus here, all right, so we can be able to understand what I'm saying. Okay, so now let's say I'm a Yoruba guy, right? Let's say I'm a Yoruba person, and I'm communicating with an Igbo person, and I'm speaking Yoruba to the Igbo person. Will the Igbo person understand the Yoruba I'm speaking? If the Igbo person will understand, give me thumbs up. If not, give me thumbs down. So I know you're with me. I'm speaking Yoruba to an Igbo person. Will the person understand? Give me thumbs up. If the person will not understand, give me thumbs down. Alright. Oh, the person will understand. Goshen, you said the person will understand. I don't know about that too. Okay, thank you very much. So you mean you are following? Yeah, so that's it. So similarly, we have different programming languages, right? So we need to give the computer its own language, the particular program its own language, particular programming language its own language. We have different programming languages, right? But then I will talk about them later on, right? I just want to talk on this special language of a thing. So they don't understand in terms the English language per se, right? But then they have their own different languages, and we should go into that in details. Okay, so and the computer follows the steps and puzzles. I already talked about that. So now imagine you have a robot friend who can understand and follow your instructions, but it only speaks a special language called code. Programming is like telling your robot what to do by giving it a list of step-by-step instructions. Okay, sorry, just give me a minute. I want to quickly power my laptop. So to just plug it. All right. Okay, so it's like giving the robot instructions, like telling the robot what to do by giving it a list of step-by-step instructions, just like I said earlier. So the instructions has to be follow. There are different programming languages. So some of them, the way they execute their code, it's from top to bottom. While some is from bottom to top, or some it's just anyhow. Now what do I mean by that? Now let's say in our code we have some errors. Let's say in the middle of the code we have some errors. Now some programming languages we run everything together and then show you the error. Why some will not run at all until that error is solved? Are you with me? So that's that. So but then the code will be run from top to bottom. Okay, now speaking about programming languages, okay, we have different types. We have different languages. We have Arduino, we have HTML, hypertext markup language, we have PHP, we have Python, we have C#, this is C#, we have Java, we have we have that's it, and then we have Ruby, we have different this is just a list of just few of them. We have so many. We have Ruby, right? I especially use this because we have Arduino in here, right? We have Arduino in this place because I'm going to make use of Arduino when we're talking about robotics. Okay, so that's that. So now let's dive a little bit. Let's digress a little bit about this programming. Now to start, we need to let's say we want to tell our robot to do something, right? Let's say we want to make a sandwich. We break down the process simple steps, like take two slices of bread, spread peanut butter on one slice, another, just like you can see here, from the peanut, this and this and that. So now if you skip any of these steps, will you be able to get your delicious sandwich, as you can see in this picture here? No. If any of these steps is being skipped, you won't be able to have it. Why? Because you missed something. So if you did not add your tomatoes, if you did not add this, you see that there's an error. You won't be able to have your delicious what? Sandwich. Okay? Alright, following me? Are you all following me? Please give me a thumbs if you are following me, so I know you are following me. Alright, okay, thank you very much. Okay, so now so once we have all the steps written down in the right order, we give the list to the robot. It reads it from top to bottom and follows each instruction exactly the way it is, right? As a result, the robot makes us a what? Yummy sandwich. Okay, so now let's leave the scenario aspect, that is the example aspect. Now let's go into real life scenario, right? So now in real life, computers are like super smart robots. Instead of sandwiches, we can tell them to do all sorts of things like drawing pictures, playing games, or even solving tough math problems. Speaking of tough math problems, how many of us have heard of AI, artificial intelligence? Is anybody here that have heard of AI? Give me a thumbs up if you have heard of AI. Thumbs up. Alright. How many of you have heard of ChatGPT? Give me thumbs down. ChatGPT, thumbs down. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, you can use ChatGPT to do all sorts of amazing things. Alright, don't worry. I just hope that we'll have enough time to talk about all this fascinating stuff. Okay, so we use special programming languages like Python or Scratch to give our instructions to the computer, and when we are done, the computer follows our instructions and does what we asked it to do. Now, the reason why I picked these two simple examples, Python or Scratch, is because those two are the simplest programming languages that have ever existed. Yes, it is. Now, these two are under two categories, which I'm going to go into in details now. So, Python is a text-based programming language, while Scratch is a block-based programming language. Now, speaking about these two, now we have two types of programming languages: text-based and block-based. Now, what is text-based programming? Now, all these programming languages you saw above here fall under these two categories. So, many parents here would have, I don't know if there's anyone that codes, would have heard of WordPress. These are block-based programming languages, right? They are programming whereby you just drag and drop. So let's read what we have here first. Okay, so now text-based programming is like using words. Okay, it's like using words to tell the computer what to do. Right? It's like writing down instructions in a secret code that only the computer understands. Okay? Only the computer understands. Okay, so now that's that. So what was I saying? Yeah, sorry. So we have these two types, right? Now the text base, it's not going to be, it's like typing print, for example, in Python. Let me just show you. So we're going to talk about Python anyway. Let me open this. So I'm using an online platform now immediately. So Python is a text-based programming. As you can see here, this is an example of a text-based programming whereby you type in your words. You write the words there, right? You code with words. You don't code with and you code with numbers. You code the keys you have on your keyboard. Everything you have on your keyboard, you code with it. All right. That is an example of it. So Python is one good example of what a text-based programming language, and which we're going to work on in the next few minutes. Then block-based programming language, right? Block programming is like using pictures of blocks with different shapes and colors. Each block represents a different command, like move forward or turn left, you snap this block together to create a chain of instructions like puzzle. When you're done, the computer reads the chain of the blocks and follows the steps just like following a recipe. Now, block-based programming, it's like, I don't know how many of us when we're small, but when I was small, I don't think I used building blocks anyway, but if I can remember, it's this generation where we have building blocks, where you building blocks like this. Let me just show you. Yeah, building blocks for kids. So blocks like this, right? So if this particular, for example, now this one, right, you see they have different, some of them have 3, some have 4, some have 5, some have only 1, some have 2. Now each of these blocks fit into one particular way. So if I have a block that has 5 and I put it in a hole that has 3, it's not going to fit in, right? Because it's not for it. Similarly, in block-based programming, whatever you put in, it must snap with what it is. So you must put in a block that fits in according to the way you want it. So an example of it is the Scratch, like I mentioned. All right, it's a Scratch programming language where you just drag and drop, click, drag, drop, click, drag, drop. That's very simple. All right, so Scratch is the simplest block-based programming language, while Python is the simplest text-based programming language. So this is an example of the Scratch programming language. So you see, you just have something like this. All you need to do, you can see a block of code, right? I'm not going to go into this anyway for now. You can see a block of code. So I need to do is your click, snipe, and drag and drop. That's all. Drag and drop. So now looking at this now, I cannot come here and put in a block that will not fit in here, under here. I see it doesn't clip. But if I bring this one and I put it under here, you see it fits in, right? That's block based for you. Okay, that's block programming language for you. All right, so having said this, this is a pictorial view of the two types of programming languages. You can see by the left hand side is the text based, by the right hand side is the what? Block based. Maybe I should have asked us this question. All right, so so text based is like writing sentences to the computer, and block is like putting together colorful puzzles to make things happen. Okay, both ways are super fun and help you make good stuff. Okay, so now just a brief one before we come to the end of this particular we're going to dive into Python now. So remember, just like learning any new language, it takes practice. I would have made this bold. It takes practice and patience to get really good at programming. Yes, it takes practice and patience. So don't think that maybe you have an issue and you're tired and you give up. No, you do not give up on coding. All right, so start with simple instructions, and over time you'll be able to tell your computer to do some really amazing things. Okay, so now like I said, in this course we're going to be learning Python and Arduino. Python for the normal programming, while Arduino for the robotics. All right, so that will be in the last day. So please, I encourage your parents to be in the session. Okay, so now talking about Python programming language. Okay, so we have this material for it. It's loading. All right, Python coding course for kids. So but then please, like I said, parents, please, if you have any question, please make sure you jot it down for your kids. Your kids have any question, jot it down for them. All right, so let's proceed. Now, what's Python programming? What's Python? Python is a popular and versatile programming language known for its simplicity and readability. Like I said, it's the simplest programming language ever. Yeah, so remember I mentioned different programming languages that they understand themselves, right? So now there are different ways. Let's say if I want to print hello world in Python. Now this is my Python ID. This is for Python. This is a Python IDE, right? If I want to print hello world in Python, this is where I'll print it. As simple as this, and I run it. I'll explain this when we begin the session, and it runs for me hello world. Okay, if I want to print print, okay, I think this solves it all. Coming, yeah, this one. Okay, so now this is printing hello world in different programming. We have many programming languages here. Okay, so you can print hello world in, this is printing in Python, as simple as print hello world here. And we have in other programming languages, this is in Java, and this is Java. You can see it. Just to print hello world, we have so many lines of code, but it's still going to give the same function. And if I copy this code and I come and put it in Python, Python will not understand. Now I've copied it, right? Now let me paste it in Python and I run it. You see that we have error. Why? Because Python does not understand what I'm saying. So you must speak the language that Python understand, which is what? Print what? Hello world. As simple as that, and Python will understand it. Now if I carry this print hello world and I take it to a Java interface, right? If I copy this and put Java interface, it's not going to run. It's still going to show me the same error. Why? Because Java doesn't understand what print hello world means. Okay, I don't want to go into details of that. I just want to let you show you that. Are we following me, please? Just give me tell me if you are following. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, so let's proceed. So that's that for Python. So Python is a computer programming language, and it's a set of rules and instructions that people will use to communicate to computer. I don't want to go into different details on that. So you can write programs using words. Like I said, it's a text-based programming language, right? It's a text-based programming language using words, numbers, and special symbols that the computer cannot understand. Okay, so these programs can be simple or complex depending on what you want to do. All right, so now I'm just trying to, this is just some, I'm not here for theory, I'm here for practical stuff. All right, I'm not here for theory, I'm here for just really practical stuff. So now this is how to install your Python. I'm going to send the link to us for those of you that I don't have Python. I'm going to send a link to the group, so we all be able to install Python on our computers. This is just a guide on how to install Python, and I'll share a link to a video on how to install it as well, so you'll be able to install the Python in your system. Now I know many of you be asking, I don't have a laptop, I'm using a phone. Can I use it? Can I see code? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So for those of you using a Chromebook and a smartphone, whether an iPhone, whatever phone you're using, but first you're using a Chromebook and you're using the online platform, which I will share the link to us on the group. All right. So if you are using a laptop that is either a Mac OS or a Windows operating system, a Linux or whatever, you can download it from Python website. All right, which I will still share with us. All right, so now I want to, for the case of today, I want to use tomorrow I'll use the offline application. By then I want to believe we've all have it installed. So for today I'll just send a link to the in-call message, so that some of us can also who will want to just check it out can also do that as well. So I'm sending it to the in-call message. Yeah, I've done it already. All right, so where am I? Yeah. So when you install Python, this is the first thing you will see. Now in the offline application you have a script mode and the interactive mode. Okay, you have the script mode and interactive mode. So the first screen you see is the interactive mode when you open your offline application. All right, so that's that. You can see the windows that opens when you start the Python IDE. IDE stands for, let me put it on the in-call message so we can know what it is. IDE stands for IDLE stands for Integrated Development Learning Environment. Okay, that's the meaning of IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. It's an environment where you use to what? Code. All right, be it Python or whatever. But that's why you see here we have, or any other programming language. Java has its own IDLE, right? But people mostly use IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Why? Because it's just where you code. So the learning there is just for you to know that you are practicing. Okay, all right. So please, let's focus here. We're almost in the end of the session. Okay. Now the windows that first open is called what? The interactive mode. All right. So that's that. Click on file and all that. That's for the offline. We'll do this tomorrow. We'll do this parts tomorrow. All right. So that's for the offline application. Okay. So now, like what you just did now, just with our first program. Attach the first program in the text editor. You can begin writing your Python program. Let's start with a simple hello world program, all right, which is often used. Okay, so you can see this now. I will ask this question in our assignment, because I will give an assignment for us to attend. So this is why we just use simple hello world, because it's the simplest way of transitioning from one programming language to another. So you say let's start with a simple hello world program, which is often used as an introductory example in what? In programming. So you open the text editor and you create a new file and all that. So you type in this code, print hello world, like what I did here. Alright, so print hello world. You print open brackets what? Then put on the income message just to be sure that. Now the hello world now can be anything. You can start to print. You want to print where is it? I can say I want to print anything inside here. It must not be hello world. I can start to print hello everyone, how are you doing today? And I run the code. Alright, so I run my code. It's going to bring up the words, this thing. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? So it's not compulsory, it's hello world. I just want to use that because it's very simple. Alright, so you can type in print anything you want to put in your print statements. Okay, so I can also decide to say, okay, print hope you are enjoying today's session. All right, let's answer now. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Hope you're enjoying today's session. If you're enjoying the session, can you give me thumbs up? Okay, I think you're all raising up your hands instead of giving thumbs up. So I'll take it that you are really enjoying the session. All right, beautiful. Okay, so now let's proceed. So that's that. So you can put anything you want to print in there. Okay, so now you can save your code. All these ones, like I said, I'm going to do this tomorrow. So you can save your code. Now you want to save your code in Python. I'm going to give us an assignment. So I'm going to write a code this today against tomorrow. I guess you are all on holiday here, aren't you? You are on holiday, right? If you are still writing exams, please can you give me thumbs down? I doubt anybody's writing exam. Alright, I guess everybody is done with exams. Beautiful. So we don't have any excuse not to do our assignments. Alright, so I was going to do something now. Okay, yes, I want to show how to save. For those of you using mobile devices, or we're using a laptop and you want to use an online platform, or you're using a Chromebook, and obviously we have to use the online platform as well. So to save your work, let me just give you a walkthrough on the online platform. So this is the first thing you see here is open from disk file. The second one you can see is save to disk. This is undo and this is redo. Alright, don't worry about all this other part. This is just a theme. Alright, you can change to white or black. It doesn't matter. So it's not really functional. So it's not really useful rather. Then you have your run and you have your share your codes with friends and colleagues. Okay, so you can decide that you can share your code for the next 24 hours and you copy the link and anybody can use the code. can use this code in the next 24 hours. Alright, so that's all that. Then you can also support us by buying a coffee, whatever that is, but don't do this, it's not necessary. Okay, so that is just for the owner of this website. Alright, so I'm not asking anybody to pay anything for this. Okay, so now now if I have a Python code already, right, as you can see here, we have main.py. So if I want to rename this to something else, I will click on it, double click on it, and I'll be able to rename it. If you're using a mobile phone, you can do the same thing as well. So I can rename this. Note that the .py is the extension file. If I don't have the .py, the computer will not understand that it's a Python file. So for the computer to understand that it's a Python file, I need to put what .py for it to get that. Alright. So having said that, so I can rename this to should I give somebody's name? What can I use? Okay, I can say ronk. I can say ronk.py. So that's the Python file, ronk.py. So I can try to save this code now, save it. See, pick the name was ronk.py, and I say yes. Once I click on yes, it downloads the file for me on my device. So if you are using a mobile phone, it should download for you, or you see the file be located on under your download folder. So since I'm using my laptop, I will also see to my download folder. But when I click on this, you can see it's done downloading. So when I click on this open file, you'll see that it's going to fetch me to ronk.py. Can you see that here? Now let's see. I want to open ronk.py. I want to refresh this page. I'm starting afresh. Like, okay, I just came in and I was like, okay, I want to continue coding, right? I want to continue coding. I want to see what, I want to just do something. So I want to, my file is not here. What do? I can open the file from beginning. Alright, I can open it from where I stored it. So I click here, open file from disk. Then it takes me to what downloads. And I said, okay, since downloads is the last location. So can you see ronk.py here? Can you all see this? If you can see ronk.py, please give me thumbs up. If you can see ronk.py, give me thumbs up. Alright, thank you. So I click on ronk.py and you see our code is back. Can you see that? Our code is back. So I can run it again and I'll say, okay, let's see if the code is still fine. The last time I checked, it was fine. Hope it's still fine. Is our code fine? Alright, it's fine. Okay. Alright, so that's that. Okay, so think I have to pause. We've already been alerted that we have 15 minutes. Okay, so before I take any question, now somebody asked on the group if you want to use Zoom. Now, one thing about Google Meet. Google Meet gives us variety of 1 hour for our session, while Zoom, on the other hand, gives us only 40 minutes. And for us we can actually use Zoom and use 40 minutes, but that's not going to be enough. We want you guys to have 100%. That is why we use Google Meet as well. That's one of the reasons, among many others, so that you can be able to enjoy it till we have 20 extra minutes. Okay. Aside from that, now if we use Google Meet and Zoom, I guarantee you that many of us will not be in this session by tomorrow because you will complain about the data consumption. Because Zoom consumes a whole lot of data. I've tested it myself and I've compared it with Google Meet. Google Meet uses like as if it's a WhatsApp call. You know how WhatsApp call consumes, right? Parents are here. Alright, so it doesn't consume so much compared to Zoom. Okay, so now let's have our questions. Now I'm going to leave the chat box. So yes, chat box is open. So please just click on the chat box on your mobile phone. Alright, if you're using a mobile phone, if you can't see this chat icon, click on this thing, the icon. We click on the 3 dots for more options. You'll see the icon there. And let's have our questions on the income message now, so that we're able to attend to them. Alright, so please let's drop our questions now. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for us, please. I'm waiting for your questions. Any question? Okay, I guess we're typing, so let me wait. Yes, your message is seen. I can see your message. Miracle, I can see your message. So please ask a question. I'm waiting for our questions, please. Are we giving celebration? I would have any question or what exactly? Okay, why are we using Python instead of JavaScript? Okay, if we start by learning JavaScript, hold on. Okay, I can see the questions now. Clement is asking, so I can't. Okay, Rachel Belema Clement. Now, like I said, Python is the simplest programming language, and we are all kids here, right? Or most of us are beginners. That's the purpose of this course. For beginners, it's not for advanced people that already know how to code. Okay, so if you know how to code, you will have a session for that as well, but that's by the way. So for beginner level, we are using Python because Python is the simplest programming language. All right, so imagine we start teaching you guys JavaScript, you'll be like, what's this, what's that, what's this, what's that, what's this? You start asking a lot of questions. So if you can interact freely with Python, then I believe you should be able to interact with what any other programming language. Okay, all right. Okay, I don't have any questions. Okay, thank you. I don't have any questions. I just want to, sorry, yeah, I just want to express, what is this? I want to express my gratitude to you for this gathering. Okay, yeah, not to me per se. So Gamma Technologies is the company. So yes, I'll thank you very much for this. I am really happy. Okay, you have made this so easy and simplified. Wow, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. I love it. Thank you very much, Miracle. I really appreciate your comments. Okay, someone is saying that she can't write it down. I can't write down what you are showing. What do you mean you can't write down what I'm showing? What am I showing? I'm not showing anything per se. I'm not showing anything per se. Okay, please, can we have, yes, the class is being recorded at the moment. Right, the class is being recorded and the session will be sent to us, okay, by tomorrow. All right, the session will be sent to us by tomorrow. What Python is, I don't know what you mean by what Python is. Between basic and Python, which is preferable for kids? So from Lucas, I think you are saying basic. I think I've heard of this basic before, but I think basic is a test-based programming. All right, I don't think it's a block-based. So if you're comparing basic and Python, I don't think it's right to compare two different languages, but right to compare two different kind of languages, the test-based and the block-based. But then I think basic is also simple. I mean, from the word basic. Well, I'll check it. I'll check this basic. I've heard of it before, but I've not explored it because I already have Scratch, and Scratch is the simplest so far. So, and but by simplest, I mean it's not childish. Now there are some, we have, if for Android device, for those of us using Android, I don't know why most of us are leaving this class, but anyway, it's fine. So most of us using Android devices, you will notice that you can check on your Android. You search for Scratch, you see Scratch Junior. If you look at Scratch Junior, I'm very sure you will not see something like this. Why? Because Scratch Junior is like for maybe a 2-year-old, 3-year-old child, or even 2-year-old child, because it's just like playing a game. This thing is not matured enough for kids to learn. It's not something that I can say that you can use. So just for like 2 or 3 years old, they can use it. Even 1-year-old, I think so, just for fun, right? Because they won't really know what they're doing there. But if you look at this actually has some things that can help you think. Now, one beauty thing about programming is that it expands your child's, that's for parents that are still here, it expands your child's thinking. It helps them to think critically. All right, when they start coding, they start thinking of problems to solve, and by the time they start encountering those problems that they are trying to solve, right, in the process of solving problems, they will obviously encounter problems, and when they encounter those problems, they'll be able to think on how to solve those problems that they're encountering at the moment. So therefore, it will expand their brain and it will help them academically. It's just like playing chess. Chess helps you to think. For those parents that don't have chess, I encourage you to get chess for your child, and you will let them learn how to play it. It's very interesting. Trust me, it's very interesting. You play once in a while, it expands the brain. It makes them think and make them smarter. Alright, so that's that. Any other question, please? Okay, so between Scratch and Python, which is easier? This question there. Between Scratch and Python, which of them is easier? I would say Scratch, Python. Like I said, for block-based programming, Scratch is the simplest. Text-based, Python is. But if you compare the two of them, I would say Scratch. But if you actually want to enjoy doing coding, I won't say you should compare any of them. Just use both of them. They are actually cool, and we are going to be looking at that. How can I download Python? I will send you the link after the session. Do I need a laptop? No. As a matter of fact, you don't need a laptop if you are using for this course. Whatever course you are going to be having in Oga Mass Technologies, you're not going to use a laptop. You don't necessarily need a laptop. You can use your phone. If you don't have a laptop, you can use your phone. Trust me. Alright, there are many students that we've started this session for a very long time, and many students have asked this question, and that is it. Many people don't have a laptop, they've used their phone and they've been doing amazing. I think one of our past students is even here. Let me check. I think he said he stumbled on the call. I wish he's here. I don't know if he's still on the call. Okay, I can't really find anybody. I can't really find him now. So he saw the link and he still enjoyed it. Alright, so trust me. How can I download Python? I think I did say the same thing. I have Scratch. I just opened it. Wow, cool. So you can practice with it. Alright. Yeah, I think he's back. Yeah, he's back. Person is back. Okay, so I think this is person. Temitope, please can you drop your comments on about the session that you've had? Anyway, maybe we'll do that some other time. How can I become your student, please? Okay, this is nice. All right, so we'll talk about that. Let's just learn. For this course of this session, let's just learn what we have to learn first before we'll not talk about all this. All right, so don't worry, we'll talk about them later on. But the question that I'm expecting to us to ask is concerning the training. This beginners, what we did today. Okay, that's the question I'm expecting from us. But I think we answered most of the questions already. So if you want to become my students, you can become my student. I love this question. This is the best question I've seen today that concerns me, not the company. So don't worry. Thank you very much. I'll take it as a compliment for now. We'll talk about this. Hope your parents is here with you as well to see that you're actually learning. So do you have any other question? Let's proceed. If you have any question, let me know. Can you hear me, please? Someone is saying that everywhere is quiet. I don't know how the place is quiet. I believe you can hear me. Please give me if you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Okay. All right. So any question? How do I download Scratch? I will talk about that when we get to that. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. All right. Adewale Adebayo. Yes, there will be an assignment. Okay, there will be an assignment for us. Okay, my parents aren't here. Please encourage them to be here with you tomorrow and on Friday. Yeah, and on Friday, please encourage them to be here tomorrow and on Friday. Okay, please and please, thank you. How do I download Python? Like I said, I'm going to drop the link on the group. How to download Scratch onto your PC. Alright, so any other question? Any other question? What is the best programming language? The best programming language. By what do you mean by best? What's the meaning of best, please? What's the meaning of best? You know, best can be the simplest, best can be the most efficient. Each programming language have their own function. It's just like saying, what is the best language in Nigeria? That's what you're asking me right now. What's the best language in Nigeria? Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. What do you think is the best? Obviously none, right? There's nothing like those kind of things. But I don't know what you mean by best. If you mean by Bolarinwa, if by best you mean the simplest, I would say either Python or Scratch, depending on what you want to do. But if by best you mean best, I don't think there's anything like best programming language because all of them have their own functions. Alright, they have their own different functions and purpose for creation. Alright, I've answered your question, Bola. Miracle, you want to choke me? What is this? Blockchain developers. I can't. I'm sorry, please. I can't disclose this information because it's not for this course. But you know what? Like I mentioned, we have ChatGPT, right? We have ChatGPT. You can equally ask ChatGPT this question. Now let's ask ChatGPT this question. Let's us. We have 1 minute to the end of this call. Now, if you're using a PC, you should have a sidebar ChatGPT on your computer. All right. So let's ask ChatGPT. I believe you can see my screen. Let's ask ChatGPT this question. This is ChatGPT. All right. Let's ask ChatGPT this question. I'm going to raise this question for example. So now, what programming language is used by Web3 blockchain developers? Now, can you see the programming languages that we have here? We have Web3 developers use a variety of programming languages, including but not limited to Solidity. We have Rust, JavaScript, and Python, depending on the specific. You see what I'm talking about? Anything, depending on what you want to do. Specific what blockchain platform and the requirements what of the project. Sorry, Miracle, I've answered the question. Have ChatGPT answered the question now? Miracle, please, I want to drop the call now. Has ChatGPT answered the question? Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Beautiful. Alright, thank you. So, your assignment to be shared on the group, don't worry. Alright, with that said, I've come to the end of today's session. It's already 9 o'clock, my time. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed today's class. So, please let's leave a comment on the group about how you feel about today's class. If you don't enjoy it, if you didn't enjoy it, let us know. If you do, or rather if you did, let us know as well. So yeah, the assignment will be sent to the group. What is the assignment you are giving us? It will be sent to the group. All right, thank you very much. Do have a wonderful night rest and happy coding. Bye.